Yo, what up, everybody in Chicago? What the deal be? Hope you all doing well today. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. We are very excited to be rocking and collabing with Rhymesayers to bring you the new dope, amazingly dope album from Aesop Rock called Black Old Superette. Very excited to be rocking today and bringing that to all of y'all. It's going to be super fun. We're going to play some of his videos, his new videos for the new album. We're going to be playing the entire album, going through it and listen to it. And then on the back end of the stream, we'll probably be playing some games. We're going to try to get some rivals in and all that business. The word. I'm excited to have y'all here rocking. This is going to be a lot of fun. We don't get a chance to do stuff like this often. So it's, yo, what's good, Tony? How you doing? What up, fam? How's things? So yeah, we don't get a chance to do these often, but we're going to be on the front page of Twitch around 5 p.m. So definitely share the stream out. Exclamation point Aesop Music, exclamation point Aesop Store, I believe, should get you to the places you need to be for all the other goodness that you need over there. Yo, what up? Definitely make sure you go and peep the link for the album. All that good stuff over there. And rocking and chilling and things. You'll see some links pop up into the chat throughout the time that we're streaming today and having some fun. I'm hoping that the stream stays up like it's supposed to, because it is a wild time out here in these restream streets. They be doing stuff that I don't want them to be doing. But I'm excited for the opportunity. Shout out to the Rhymesayer crew. Shout out to Aesop, who's amazing and fantastic and brilliant. And we're gonna have some fun today. We're gonna be here for 2 hours on the front page of Twitch, hanging out and chilling. So vibe out for the next minute or so, and then we gonna get into it, baby. PS Switch, let's go, baby. I'm gonna take you through some of my favorite Aesop joints alongside the new album as well. Give you a little bit of background on some of the joints that I love the most, and it's just gonna be a vibe out there. It's a great time to do it. Get your drink, get your smoke, get your eddies, all that goodness in your body. And we're gonna have some fun. We gonna rock, baby. Oh, that joint did not go where it was supposed to go. Ooh, I'm telling. Ooh. All right, let's go. All right, crew, let's get it in. This is the episode of Spawn On Me. It's a very special episode. We're just gonna be chilling, hanging out. This will not be a podcast episode. We're gonna do just a vibe out stream, and I'll do a podcast on the weekend. But we're gonna play some games, talk some stuff, and listen to some dope Aesop Rock joints.
Spawn On Me is the premier podcast spotlighting people of color. Every week, we talk through what we've been playing and tell you who's invited to the cookout. Our show is all about talking about gaming through a prism of blackness, because we are the culture. Welcome to Chicago, y'all.
Yo, what up, everybody in Chicago? This is Khalif Adams. This is the Spawn On Me podcast. I'm your host, Khalif Adams. I hope you are doing well. Hope you are having a fantastic week. Hope you are rocking and chilling with all the dope people in your life, in your face. All the stuff here is gonna be really, really fun today. We have a very special stream. This is gonna be something that we haven't done before. It's gonna be something new. I'm dipping my toes in some new spaces, and I'm really excited and really happy because, you know, I to give you a little bit of context for how everything went down, I was chilling, hanging out, you know, going through my emails and saying what's up to all the folks I need to get things done and, you know, do all the stuff that we need to do from a Spawn On Me perspective. And I see this email and it says Spawn On Me and Rhymesayers, yo. And I was like, wait a minute, this can't be like the legendary crew. This can't be Rhymesayers that I know Rhymesayers. Like, this got to be some other wild stuff that I haven't seen before. Why is this in my inbox? And lo and behold, I open up the inbox, I check it out, and it's really them. And I was like, what? Are you out of your mind? Are you crazy? Like, what is happening? What is going on? I was so excited. And then found out that the team has been looking and hanging out, and you know, they're fans of our work. I'm a fan of their work. We have some mutual connections that looked out for us to be like, yo, let's get them, you know, some love and stuff. And you know, would you want to debut Aesop Rock's album? And I was like, you gotta be kidding me, man, because like I am such a big fan. Like, you know, I know he's been out for, I think 99 was when he first started, at least dropped his first album. And then, you know, I kind of came into it a little bit later, maybe around the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, and has been such a big fan of his work, been a big fan of all the stuff that he's been doing, because y'all know, like, I love hip hop. Hip hop is a big part of my life. I was a hip hop fan from jump. I'm from the Bronx. You know, I remember walking to Hot 97 and to back in the day, because I'm old, WBLS, to go get records for my radio show. I used to have a radio show when I was back in college over at Lehman College Radio. WHLC represent all day. And it was dope because we would crate dig and we would go find new joints. And I remember finding some Aesop Rock joints, and it was just so dope to remember that feeling of hearing like wild ass dope beats, like super dope beats. Yeah, we old heads, Tony. Super dope beats, but like lyricism in a real way. Like, it's funky, it's dope, it's wild. Like Aesop's ability to you know, to spit and have like lyricism and wordplay is the stuff that I live for. Those are the MCs that I grew up on. Those are the ones that I really appreciate and really just love the work that they get a chance to do. So I'm very psyched and excited for everybody to be here today. Excited for almost 5,000 people who are here rocking with us on the front page of Twitch. Shout out to all of y'all at home. Shout out to everybody who's listening and watching the stream right now. Welcome in. This is the Spawn On Me podcast. I'm your host, Khalif Adams. Been doing this work for now 11 years in the space, talking about video games, talking about all the good things on the planet that you can definitely see. Numbers are rising as we speak. We're already almost at 5,500 people rocking and hanging out with us already. So again, we're going to be playing some music. We're going to be playing some games. You know, I'm going to probably do a switch over in hour 2 to get down with some of the newest stuff here. And again, like, ask some questions if you have questions in the chat. Definitely check out the exclamation points and links. There's going to be links throughout the show. We're also going to be showing off a couple of trailers of some new things that he's been doing. You know, we have a couple of his music videos that we're going to be showing and doing. And we also have the trailer to his game that he's been making and working through his Black Hole Superette experience that you can wish list right now on Steam. If you go and you hit exclamation Black Hole, you should be able to see. Let me see if this works in chat. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I did it right. You can go check out the Superette experience on Steam right now. It is a really dope experience. It is a walk through the bodega, so to speak. I didn't get a chance to lock it down into my computer yet and download it because I was having some issues earlier today with some stuff. But that being said, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff coming up. There's going to be a lot of dope things happening. That being said, I think it's time for us to just like hang out and listen to some tracks and listen to the album. I think one of the things that I've been excited about is, again, how is this album going to be different than his usual stuff in his discography? Again, he's put out so many joints. I love when he does stuff solo, but I also really love when he collabs with other music that I love and other joints that I've seen. So those are especially cool. Shout out to Chris Rojas. Shout out to you. Can't stay and chill, but love that you're checking out this album. Aesop Rock is underrated GOAT. Yo, like, Aesop is in my top 10 for sure. Like, when I think of, you know, MCs that I've been a fan of for a long time and folks who I think are brilliant, he's been in that space for a very long time in terms of folks who I am just like, yo, you are one of the cats that I look forward to listening to all of your stuff. But what I do want to do before we jump into the stream, I did want to share a quick note and a quick message from the man, the myth, the legend himself. Here's a quick message from the fam, Aesop.
What's up, Chicago? I'm super excited to debut my new record on Spawn On Me with Ka. Thank you so much for all the support over the years. It's been fantastic. We're going to keep it coming. Take it away, Ka.
Yo, I'm excited. That's crazy. That's dope. That's wild that we have fam coming through and rocking with us and hanging and making it happen with all of us here on Spawn On Me. To get a shout out from one of my favorite people on the planet is always, you know, mind-blowing and mind-boggling in so many different ways. But it was really dope for Aesop to come through and share a quick word with all of us here. It is a real dope time to be able to have people come through and hang out and vibe, because that's nuts. Aesop Rock just gave me a shout out on my street, on my podcast. Yeah, that's crazy, son. Like, that's wild right now. So word, I want to run into the album, but I do want to give a quick preface for it. I do want to give a quick vibe check for it, because there was a really good album descriptor for what Black Hole Superette is. I think one of the things we see often when we have shows like these is, you know, getting a chance to not only debut and showcase new work, but I always love to be able to have people come through and kind of give the idea, the essence of what they're doing. To me, is really important. I think those things are really fun to be able to dig into and to have as the foundation for what we have in terms of the conversation, right? I think those pieces are especially dope. So actually, I'm going to try to fix one thing on the stream, because I want this to show up, right? And I'm going to see if it freaks things out. If it freaks things out, then I'll remove it. But I do want to see if I can get this thing to work super fast and see if this works. Because if it does, then that would be real cool. To be a thing. So we're going to put that on the screen. If you have something that you want to share, something that you want to say on the stream itself, drop it in the chat and I should be able to see it on here. We can put it on screen. So if you have any thoughts about what you're hearing during the show, during the hour, during the listening party, put it in chat. And I should be able to pull that in real time and be able to showcase that on stream while we're doing the show tonight. So again, if you're new to the channel, welcome in. Happy that you're here. Happy you're here on a Friday. Again, shout out to our friends over at Twitch for putting us on the front page of Twitch for this really fun moment. Always cool to be able to see stuff like that in the mix. Let's see if it works. I'm gonna see if it pops up on screen, because that would be cool if it did. Maybe it will. We'll see. Actually, Q, send that thing. Okay, yeah. It might work. It might not work. I'll figure out if it's gonna do. Oh, here we go. That's why. Bam. Let me see if that works. Much love from AZ. Yay! There we go. I fixed it. All right, cool. So, word. We're gonna get into some dope joints. We're gonna talk about some of the goodness that's rolling through. We're gonna have some fun here with everything that's going on, and I'm gonna fix one thing super quick. I'm gonna see if we can get this to squish down a little bit and make that work, because that'll be even better. Let me see if this will work too, because that would be good. Let's apply that. Yeah, I did it. Okay, cool. So shout out to Arctic, who's rocking, hanging out. Much love from Ohio. Arctic always in the chat, always hanging out, and always making things extremely fun. You know, big fan of him and doing everything that he does, because he's been rocking here with us for a long time. He's family at this point in terms of getting things into the show. But I want to give a quick synopsis of what Black Hole Superette is. It's the latest album from Aesop Rock. It delves into the invisible forces that shape our lives and psyches. It's about the small, often overlooked moments, the everyday experiences that blur the lines between the real and unreal, waking and sleeping, things like that. And Aesop Rock's signature gift for transforming the mundane into something dreamlike gives this album a surreal quality, leaving listeners questioning what's truly real as they navigate its vivid, half-remembered imagery. I love this. This is, again, like, the understanding of why is always real dope for me. It's always something that gives me a lot of hype, because I'm just like, oh yeah, like we're paying attention to the world around us and figuring out how that stuff works. It's an entirely self-produced album. Black Hole Superette is one of Aesop Rock's most technically accomplished works to date. The album's intricate beats and complex structures provide the perfect backdrop for his expansive lyricism, balancing cerebral exploration with emotional depth. From the reflective movie night and eccentric send help to the wistful black plums AES's channels, the spirit of the mad scientist experimenting with sound and concept in ways that defy the ordinary. With a stellar lineup of collaborators that include Lupe Fiasco, Armand Hammer, Henny El Habib, Open Mike Eagle, big fan of Open Mike Eagle. Open Mike Eagle's a fan of the show. And one of my favorite, one of my top 5 MCs of all time, Homeboy Sandman. Black Hole Superette is dense and kinetic, an album that definitely navigates between complexity and instinct. It's clear this project stands as one of Aesop Rock's most multifaceted and ambitious works yet. I mean, look, if you're gonna have that stuff be in the mix, like, come on, new Aesop, let's go. That's true, Lou. We got it, Lou. It's coming. It's coming. We got some new joints. You love Open Mike Eagle. I do too. He's dope. I came to see him. I went to go see him when he was in Portland a couple times before, and he's just fantastic. Also, welcome to your first time here at Spawn On Me. Thank you so much for being here and for rocking tonight. Very excited for that, for sure. Actually, I want to change one thing, because we are not in talks and podcasts. We are in music. So we're going to go to music and get that together, because I want that to be good. All right. So, Tony Searchman says, need to see some Homeboy Sandman live. I've seen Homeboy Sandman live a couple times in my life. It's been at smaller venues, but it was it's always cool to be able to see some of your favorite artists live. I've never gotten a chance to see Aesop live. I would love to. It would be really dope to be able to see Aesop live. For once again, he's like in that top echelon of MCs for me. So it's always great to be able to have that for sure be in the space. But word. Luke says, I'm usually on my NPD account or watching the YouTube vids, but happy to be here live. Thank you for being here. Again, that's the stuff that makes me really happy. It's always great to be able to have people come through and hang out and rock with us here on the show. With no more delay, I'm going to get into the album. We're just going to hang out and vibe out, y'all. Again, put what you're thinking about things in the chat. Put some headphones on. Put this joint on your TV with the best speakers you got, because it's going to sound really fantastic. And again, if you're new to the stream, please hit the buttons. Go check us out on Spotify. Go follow the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We really need your help on Apple Podcasts. Apple Podcasts to be able to get us into a bigger spot. Spotify, if you want to go see the video versions of the show. YouTube for videos, reviews, previews. We're going to be playing a whole bunch of stuff. We got Death Stranding 2 coming up probably soon. I'm going to be playing some games on the back end in a little bit. Actually, what I'm going to do, I was going to play. Let me turn off the console, because I don't want to eat up any more bandwidth than I don't need to eat up. But word, let's get into the first track of the album. Also, shout out to oh my god, I forgot his name right now. There's a cat on Twitter who puts out these really dope videos about how you can find new ways to use your OBS, and he's been doing so much good work. He makes all these really dope and fantastic modules and overlays and extensions for Twitch. And he hit me to this really dope one for Spotify that you can see on the screen right now. That was super easy to set up. It looks really fantastic and professional. It looks super good in the way that it comes through. And like, I'm really happy with the way it works. It looks really cool. Before we get to the music, I'm going to answer this question. How do I grow my Twitch, man? it's really about consistency, to be honest. Like, it's about consistency. It's about finding good people. It's about being on for a while. We've been doing the show for now 10 years or so. So we've been building, and we've been on Twitch for about 6 or 8 years now. But it's about consistency for the most part. Thank you for being a first time chatter and coming through and hanging. So thank you for that and for being a part of our Chicago family. But it's time for some music. It's time to get some joints in. Let's get to the first track, which is called Secret Knock from the new Black Hole Superette album from Aesop Rock. First of all, it's nasty. I'm not going to stop every song, but anytime I hear a dope beat, you're going to see me make a stink face. If you got to clip a stink face, I don't care. Do it. Whatever you got to do. But it's going to be wild to see how that's going to go. Yes. Shout out to Outermost Ghost.
Someone just threw a rock through the window. Will you please hand me the note that was tied to the rock? I'll read it to you. It says,
Walk with me.
Chat, let me know what you think.
I don't go when nobody signal, I don't signal, I just go. Another rain check, one for the road, uncrustable king. Pink pen tucked in the code, amen. Ghost in the cold AM, play dead, but awake the float and say less, say when. Oh, the saints of mayhem ain't obey, no tech, okay, bet. Code names get thrown around between clubhouses with secret knocks. Leapfrogging these tent fires, I'm no face at the dream spot with the fly hand. Clean block lettering, peacock feathering, canary yellow, Zelda green, blueberries and heavy cream, yes. The messenger, get to the boys who beeline with. He's autographed our street signs, plus a paw print from the Kleekai mix. Hydrangea Gatorade, a half a dozen scratch-offs, then I'm back in black. Attack, it's Mac the knife on Daryl Mack. It's black and white with passers-by, upsetting every active rat that's aptly trying to drag his laffy taffy through some traffic jam. That type of shit'll have the kid distracted from the offering. A city's baptism, y'all walk with me. Where the sky is falling and the walls are bleeding and the wires are crossing. Where the ground is sinking and the pipes are freezing and the nights are appalling. Don't go, nobody signal, I don't signal, I just go. Don't go, nobody signal, I don't signal, I just go. I've got two different silvers in the utility belt, like twin flames for the same hands from the pillory. Out in the grid of infinity smells, hooded figures, sniffing markers, chewing ginger, missing marbles, cookie monsters with conflicting dharmas. I'm moving contra to existing markets in the mood to conquer. Rah-rah sonic boom, it's my nom de plume and y'all's roof in lava. You can see it from the moon, I can't even wait. Heat a cup of soup, feet up on the table, eat a couple shrooms, eat a couple more, meet up in a few. You can be like, yo, I feel like such a dork, I can push a button, see you through the floor. Night crawlers in fine form, offline saucers. That's not a final warning, it's a final offer for the first time caller. Last time caller, capsized in that fat glow from this black light. I might shortcut through Magic 5. I got more ups in the afterlife, and that's for you. Can't even rest in peace and peace. Tag the gates of heaven, so my name is still a presence at your meet and greet. Hee hee hee. Crystal bally hits the wall, a hawk to meet. No vault safe, no off days. Walk with me. Where the sky is falling and the walls are bleeding and the wires are crossing. Where the ground is sinking and the pipes are freezing and the nights are appalling. Don't go, nobody signal, I don't signal, I just go. Don't go, nobody signal, I don't signal, I just go. We don't stay close to the flame. We get ghost, weave those lanes. We don't know to obey. It's okay if you do, please don't change. We don't stay close to the flame. We get ghost, weave those lanes. We don't know to obey. It's okay if you do, please don't change.
Okay. My God. What a way to start the stream. My face is going to hurt by the time this thing is over because my God, like I want to go back to one of the one of the things that someone said. Shout out to Luke Shot first. That's a great name. I'm gonna bring this back on the stage. He says Aesop songs always take me like 3 to 4 times to listen to before I get into them, because then I hear some wild verse and I can't stop thinking about them. That's the reason why I love Aesop joints, is because he will throw a triple entendre into some wild stuff that's already on a crazy wild beat that's nasty. Oh, this album is so dope. We didn't even get to the second track yet. This is nasty. Oh, I'm so excited for this. Okay. All right. Chat. Again, if you have stuff to say, I want to go through each one of the songs and give you at home a little bit of space to be able to say, like, who's this? Like, what is this? Who is that? Tell me what you think about a track while we got some time in between tracks. The second track we're going to do, we're not even going to listen to it through the Spotify app. We're going to watch the actual video for Checkers, which is the second track on the album. Miami Alex 305. Who's the dude on Twitter with the OBS? I don't know what that means, bruh. I guess me. Khalif Adams, hit me up. I'm probably, if you Google Khalif, I'm probably the first person that comes up, to be honest. It might be. Google that joint. I don't want to say Google me because that sounds real wild and just like bold and stush. But like, yo, it's me. It could be me. It might be me. Shout out to J Boom 565. What up? Hey. Oh, with the OBS modules. I will find it. I'm trying to remember his name. What is his name? OBS extensions. Videos. Oh, it is Nutty. Nutty Twitch. He's dope, actually. Nutty's one of my favorite folks on Twitch. I'm gonna put this in the chat real quick. Here we go. All good. There you go. It's in the chat. You should be able to see it there. He's really dope. Like, he's been working with Elgato, doing some fun stuff there and making some fun things happen on that side. He's been doing a lot of good stuff with them, but he's good. This is just so good. Caught on to Aesop via Kirby, and I'm not disappointed with this. Yo, this joint is stupid. Again, clip stuff. Send me things online over there. But we're gonna play the second track. We're gonna check out the second track. Oh, shout out to Campfire Design with 5 tier 1 gifted subs. We also had a couple of subs earlier. I think Nerd at Home hit us with a tier 1 sub. Thank you so much for that. Especially dope to be able to see that here and rocking again. If you hit some of the exclamation points that you see in the description of the stream, hit those. You'll be able to get exclamation point Aesop Music, Aesop Store, and exclamation point Black Hole. You'll get some dope stuff. Miami Alex with the 700 biddies. Thank you, fam, for the bits. I appreciate you. I don't have all my overlays set up because this is a very different setup than what we usually do for the show. But massive love to you. Thank you for that. Top 4 hits on Google for Khalif are IG, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube for the man on the street. Yeah, baby. SEO likes me. Anyway. All right. Here's the Checkers video, which is the second joint on the Black Hole Superette album. Definitely go check this out. And we're going to play the video right about now.
You're a prisoner here now.
Is active and moving callous anomaly in the algorithm through the algebraiculus. I'm all of Alexandria's information in aggregate. Ruling elder giving you the hell to melt the valuables. Ribbances, grid at my back, I'm in the diagonals. Evolving, shivering his back, he shattered the manacles. Man down, damn it, can he manage the variables? Manually over these overnight manuals, man. My mayday, it's the tapering of the straightaway, the making of a bedlamite, the straightening of the theta wave, working on a way to cure the sudden inexplicable urgency to secure a sure shot shape paperweight pay demand, simultaneously in survival mode and looking like 100 violations of the fire code. Design to die alone, moments after styrofoam, but not before these no names go the way of the dial tone. Don't.
Yo, could you do me a favor? Could you go to the black hole, Superette, please? And can you grab me? It has a warning label on it. It says something bad's gonna happen to you from the product. Can you bring me one of those?
Staring at the sun until one of us blinks. When it does, I'm running for the tunnels, hater blood in the creek. Bloody hell, every day I wake and one up a king whose kingdom come to refer to me as the wonderful thing. One of the filthiest fish in the azure. Cut a political act of the particulate matter. Should have presented as a pattern, put the pig out to pasture. This ain't that action figure in the original package. We in the shit with the taggers, bastards and bullies and baddies and bitches and bummers who shuffle out of the shadows with the limbs of another. Trap jaws, heads, they puffed arms in a cape of Vader over rollerblading Barbie with a bow from Hank the Ranger. Bullseye in danger, I'm a surgeon at 70 yards. As long as the target is not a Snellen chart. Hello from the hell and back to autograph an X mark. Leaving the treasure for the next man, the best part. Don't show up at the get down, talking that holy as if you ain't hellbound. Similarly, don't show up at the get up, talking that hellish as if you ain't blessed up. Just don't. Just I'm on a higher kind of prowess. I'm somewhere in the melee while I'm somewhere doing Tai Chi on a mountain. Only out of bed to pick the lock and smuggle in his Visigoths who love to redesign the hillside little box by little box. So get these businesses to page a stranger on the intercoms. The kind that sound real till you realize they did you wrong. Oh, this is definitely checkers. I don't play chess. A sack of city atlas is actually way less after. Mermaid leather in the truck. It's only in poor taste if you ain't never been a one. Pickle the hand of whoever signal is man's. That's a 5-wick candle and a bib in the sand. My advice is don't approach him when the sobbing in a copy room or eating hot pretzels in the mezzanine at Nas and Woo. Or at the hobby shop with Honey copping model glue. Or meeting Bobby at the Bronx Zoo. Don't show up at the get down, talking that holy as if you ain't hellbound. Similarly, don't show up at the get up, talking that hellish as if you ain't blessed up. Just don't. Just don't.
That joint was what? That joint was Checkers from Aesop Rock off the Black Hole Superette album. Go get that joint. Hit exclamation point Aesop Music in the chat to get a link for you to be able to go copy the album, go stream the album, all of that stuff. I do want to hit something that someone said in the chat. Peter Rossi said this, is when you talk about every line having depth, it just boggles the mind to think that Ace laces every word with such poetic meaning and impact. Again, like, this is the reason why I love hip hop. Like, this is the reason why I kind of can't listen to most of the stuff that's being played right now, because it's just difficult. It's hard. Like, I'm not hating on cats. I'm not hating on new artists and stuff like that. But it's just a different layer of just lyricism and ability to understand, you know, how all of these things come together in a world where right now where it feels like people aren't smart or we're not celebrating people who are smart. It's dope to be able to have someone still after doing, let me go back real quick. I want to see exactly when Aesop started, because like those are the things too that I think are important. Aesop has been in the space doing stuff for God. Let me see. I'm going to look at his discography really quick. His discography is Earthworm's album. I think late 90s for sure. At least the first album that's on Spotify is 99. Appleseed was the first album that at least we can see here. So 1999 was the first album here. And again, like I'm sure Aesop, as a cat who's been in the trenches for a long time, has been doing stuff in this space even before that. Like, I think most of the MCs who we've come to know and love have been ones that have had multiple mixtapes and worked in crews with people who we haven't seen before, or folks that we didn't necessarily, have heard of. I think everybody has an album or a track that is the unreleased joint that people might not have seen and stuff. So I think, it's dope to be able to see this kind of longevity for somebody who's this good for this long. That is a rarity these days. Like, there are a ton of flashes in the pan in the space, but like people who have lasted this long and are this good, it's always dope. A shout out to TK Cole in the chat, says Aesop's rhymes. Actually, let me put this on screen. It says Aesop's rhyme scheme has always forced you to pay attention. Yeah, it's so good. It's like you have to sit there and be like, all right, let me catch what he just said, because that was nasty and pretty dope. All right, we're gonna play track 3 on the album, which is called Movie Night, from the new album, and here we go.
Yeah. My dog has blue eyes, cat grew supersized, wig to my L2, it's something in a food dye. Human spit and vinegar, funnel to the amygdala, missing with all the funny stuff, mission control the viscera. I'm invisible, guess I'm a little clocked out, shot back, always on, visitors have knocked for hours. It's fingers in the ears and singing ABC for adults, and look at that, I haven't seen y'all in months. These are repeatable results and a pulse in the dead meat sea. I'm not dead yet, beep, 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 beep. JK, if you celebrate it, we will check the tape. Shame, famous pinning, shooting his fingers to wake and make a day. Like barge haulers on a Volga, drowning you in Lake Monet. Or maybe Sisyphus from Titian would have saved the date for twisting you the Francis Bacon way. My dog has blue eyes, cat down to 2 lives, other cat chose violence. Good times, movie night, sound down, studio and urgent care, sample surgeon working out the drums with an inverted chair. Flat, serving rare and paired with a warm brie, pears from the side yard, honey from El Coro's bees. The one man, 40 thieves, lead the party wearing 40 pair of Jordan 3s, Lord. Wait a week and send a bill for storage fees, and some quarters and a quarter-mile of worried beads. If it please the court, back on fat tires, headed for the red sun. Charles in a cast iron ask, laying pirates at him, flanked by vampire bats with irregular flight patterns. Night master, author of light scattered. Maybe do try to move like it matters. The people say, what kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that? That's mud. What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that? There's 5 dogs in one. What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that? That's a good boy. My dog has blue eyes, cat less lupine. Punks looking paper thin, I say the shit 2 times. Punks looking paper thin, it isn't worth the blunt force or even paper clip and real estate up in the junk drawer. Running with scissors and the wisdom of the rivers, from the wind that shiver timbers to whatever melt the swimmers. Traffic and weather reported from child vandals. We tell them to be careful, aware they are wild animals who leap tall buildings and write the manuals. Follow with a name strip, you can see the knowledge of the ancients. Arm's length from the lord of the car graveyard, who about to charge the hill in a cart from H-Mart. Saved, ain't that something? 2 board boxes in the trunk, it's like the Ark of the Covenant. Every cloud of smoke I blow come with a dove in it. I hope you're ready for the rumble strip again. What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that? That's mud. What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that? There's 5 dogs in one. What kind of dog is that? What kind of dog is that? That's a good boy.
I love that. That's dope. All right. That's great. I love that. See, the thing I love about Aesop too is like, he's not afraid to throw out just like really obscure, just like you can tell he was in a really interesting spot when some of the tracks got made, because it's just like, okay, all right, what's that? What's that mean? What's that? What does this come from? I want to know. I want to be the fly on the wall who is listening to him peeping this stuff. Griffith says, white male from Finland thinking this is some good shit. Shout out to Finland. I've always wanted to go to Finland. You got to hit me to all the dope stuff that's in Finland. Because I mean, like, hip hop is universal at this point. So shout out to you for coming through and rocking. What time is it in Finland at this point? I'm dying to know. PD Rossi says some of his bars have been so reminiscent of the gaming community. If you dig deep, his references often hint into video games. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you can tell that he's in a 3:36 in the morning or in the afternoon. What kind of dog is that? What type? That type that doesn't like cats. I mean, I don't know if cats are weird, man. Cats be doing stuff that they don't really want to do. It's highly popular metal, like metal music, which in Finland metal is big. Oh, okay, nighttime, morning. Okay, word, no doubt. Shout out to Griffaz in Finland for coming through, rocking with us here on Spawn on Me. Always dope to be able to have international folks come through and come rocking with us. Wait, why do you say, Candy, that hip hop is not universal? Is that the highly popular music, which in Finland is metal and big? Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty universal at this point. I think if you look at all the influences that hip hop has given you in so many different ways, to say it's not universal, you know, there are places that it's bigger and other places not so much. That doesn't take away from its universality in those ways. I think when I say universal, I mean people all over the world, all over the planet can appreciate and have a love for it. So I think that gives us some new spaces to play and think about in those ways. All right, we got more tracks coming because there are 18 tracks on this album. So we're going to continue through some other joints. But I appreciate that. I came from a local bar singing karaoke. Oh, so you're already in a good mood, hanging out, getting your drink on and stuff. Is there a very special drink in Finland? Is there like a classic drink that if I were to go to Finland and I go to a bar and I ask for it, everyone will make it, and it's like the national drink of Finland? Write that in the chat if you have time for it. Next track is called EWR Terminal A, Gate 20. EWR. I think that's Newark. Newark Airport. Is the EWR New York Airport? EWR Airport. Is that Newark? I was right. It's Newark. Newark Airport. All right. That is a terrible, weird place. But this song is up next. Y'all ready? Let's go. Ooh, this is already starting off dope. Okay, let's go. I should change the lights in here.
That was no ordinary vandal.
Dark rider born a car-sized garden snail. Double park, special delivery zone, barf mail. I ain't heed the call you sent. It's smart to fail to call again. I'm harm's way incarnate, shooting marbles at your army man. You hardy hard and met the architect, the Harvard REM. Sorry, I love the smell of markers in a 4 a.m. and drawing giant letters on whatever signage forced to hand. Had a corner camera, had him back in his lobby when all the coals ping a tower in the valley of Guanji, Body double lobby. I'm one, it was two. No way I'm one, it was one, it was just too much for the cube. I know the what if you mow would undo the bubble you blew. What if I tell you I am everywhere at once and it's true? I'm playing chess with Picasso, I train to fight with the champ. I'm dealing cards to a Martian, I'm shooting dice with the lamb. Modern science hasn't figured out what's triggering the super strength, but also hasn't seen him eat a pepper that he grew himself. Hydroponic veggie garden, strawberry vines going pop. My bok choy look like Sancho Bob. My salsa recipe is kept in a safe. Sharpest teeth on a block. Anyone who disagrees is a bot. Yo, anyone who isn't me is a cop. He the all-season seasonal fog. Ace Rock in effect. All city, all star, all land, air, sea. Hand to the most low, always in motion. Cargo on a slow boat, call to the quotient. All I do is get lost, get found, get free. Crawl down Broadway, sticking like flat black. Slalom through the pub tents, puppy in the backpack. hoagie to bogey, pony up, posy for the pocket of any remotely chosen one. Folk about facing missing man information, a fancy way to say you're out in one. So much theologians running, future saying no to drugs, future saying yes to emotional donut runs, or any UFO that comes. Poor thing, I know that take a loss and wave a saucer down, like take me to anywhere but the office of the lost and found. After lost and lost, free to scrap the vector. Any matter ain't about to bat a signal back to sender. Fed the tracker to a fish and a fish to a bear. Check the body cameras on once you're physically there. Where all it take is a theater major to beat a mayor. All it take is a need a baker to keep us anchored. That same old love in summer, get the average hermit feeling here. She can lift a Hummer off a trapped person. Crossword killer, EWR Terminal A. Gate 20 on eternal delay. An hour to all of my letters are curling up from the ledger, circling above us, spelling out the terms of my surrender. I've been showing up too early for that shifting of J's. I do the mile, have a witness play the vid when you wake. Catch him playing hooky from the whole abysmal charade. I'm at the crib watching video days. Homeboy in effect. All city, all star, all land, air, sea. Hand to the most low, always in motion. Cargo on a slow boat, call to the quotient. All I do is get lost, get found, get free. Crawl down Broadway, sticking like flat black. Slalom through the pub tents, puppy in the backpack.
Ooh, that was nasty. That was cool. I like when you have like really syncopated beats and you have some stuff like it kind of started off feeling like almost like a Creep Show episode. Again, if you're a horror fan, Creep Show is like one of the best movies on the planet. Is one of my favorite movies ever. Is one of the jumps that I love. But I do want to go and talking about games. Music that I love. I think everybody gets inspired by some tracks. I think the ones that I'm super excited about and you know how I got to Aesop was, you know, joints that he did with collabs that he had done with, again, like folks like Homeboy Sandman and some other folks. But the song that when I'm really looking for a track that I want to listen to, that I love, that makes me happy, that showcases not only just like amazing rhyme play, but just like a crazy beat that is just always good. It's got to be this joint.
I'm spilling shit everywhere. I just fucking soaked everything.
We don't need no walkie-talkies, no walkie-talkies. We don't need your call from 1 off in the morning coffee now. We don't need no walkie-talkies, no walkie-talkies. We just want our arbitrary to stay in a coffee. And the last shall be first to immerse in a pass out heat, facing him up with a moxie melt till he woke up drowning in tchotchke hell. War in a cave with a torch on the wall and a window arrangement of porcelain dolls on a brand new day. Saw what he saw, property owners who crawled from the mall with a bad toupee and a face like he authored a law, face like you're mourning a loss. Right hand on a can of worms, left full of gold, evil trade return. I mean that's okay, you got an answer to you at the end of the bottle of day, with a model of mercy and might no way. Marionette will clap and obey. Look, all that noise, call that flight of the water boys. Meet and greet and they all slap vibes, cheek to cheek when they colonize. And a grown-ass man shall abide as he wish. Walk that path with a diamond and stick, walk that path with a diamond and wine, walk that path to the firing line. Just walk, pay no mind to the new recruit with the Play-Doh spine. Let's be friends from opposite ends. Wave to the kid, don't hop on the fence. Play to the radius far and away. Orbit wide, don't park in his face. One little martyr who talk in his face, make one little weatherman sharpen the blade. No walkie-talkies. We don't need your call from 1 off in the morning coffee now. We don't need no walkie-talkies. No walkie-talkies. We just want our arbitrary to stay in a coffee. Yeah. And the last shall be first to the curb with the mad cow meat, facing the bars of a regular cell when he woke up high in collectible hell. Town kid who was taught by the bench that a man who expired with the most shit win. That's warpy American nonsense penned by the rich, not a routine friend in a pinch. Still not used to the stench, it throws off otherwise loose to the vents. In the case the afraid observer, got a pro kids box full of lamest terms. Goes A, peace, pray for the plague, to major relief and capacious range. But just cause I don't want to war with you, don't mean go warm up
barbecue.
Like pardon you, sort of limit. My high noon is a quick little minute. I don't want to spend it, sin with a critic who simply isn't gonna ever really get it. This HQ is alive and alone, no driveway, no sign of a home. No dial-tone, no line for the phone. No world's tiny as violent song. And I might just lie to a more. Lie in the morgue with a deep breath, hiding a board. Fighting a smile, highly annoyed when the timing is right. I'll rise from a chord. Cool for the monster beats. The blockhead got animal drums like you Dr. Teeth. It goes red like green, like 1, 2, 3. One large coffee, fuck you, please.
This part is nasty.
I crawled down to the basement when the weather got cold, like a lost lamb returning to the fold. And when the outside world recedes from view, it's just a year's supply of makeup and memories of you. 1967, cold 45, holding back the vampires, keeping me alive. There's an envelope with some cash in it, out by the front door. This is what they make you take the medication for.
Oh my God, that song is so good. Oh, that song is so good. That is why I love Aesop. That song alone is the sound. That's like when they talk about the soundtrack of your life, there are songs that come up that you're like, oh wow, this thing is like hit you at a moment in your life. This is like, God, what year was this? Was this track? This track was it literally had everything in it. This track was out in, they're playing it again. That's not what I want you to do. I need to look it up. Wait, I gotta put this on. Wait. You remind me of my father if he was cool. You know what? As a person who has taken a laser beam to his nuts to not have children, I appreciate you, and I love you for being here, and thank you so much for being a part of the show. I appreciate that. I appreciate the fact that you were here, and in my most New York way, I would say, "Yo, son, you are my son." Shout out to all the ball heads in the chat. Shout out to Will Powers in the chat for coming through. That's fam right there. You'll be seeing more of the work that he's been doing very, very soon, because he's a part of that cool crew. Rivers, I appreciate you for coming through. I'm just gonna leave that on screen. Somebody screenshot that. Somebody clip that. Something, because that is so dope. 2007 was Coffee. Yeah. Damn Laser Nut. Yeah. Lord Cracker. Shout out to Lord Cracker. We played games many times for many years, playing tons of Call of Duty together and all that good stuff. So shout out to him for rocking. So that was Coffee, again, classic track from Aesop Rock, one of my favorites of all time. I have a bunch of those in the space, but we're gonna listen to the next joint on his album called 1010 Wins. Yeah, so you got to add that stuff to your playlist, dude. Thank you. Also, we got to do this. Yeah, you don't have this hoodie. You have this hoodie? Aesop Music. If you want to go download joints off the new album, go there. Go check out Black Hole as well. If you want to go check out Aesop's. Oh, oops, I can't spell. That's Black Hole. That's a whole nother website. Anyway, go check out his experience, the Black Hole Superette experience. Go check that out. You can download it and wishlist it on Steam. Go check that out as well. I have the same hoodie as you. Did you know that I am in Dead Space? Did you know that? Here's a good tidbit of information for you. I am the only person on the planet that is not a part of the dev team, that is a part of Dead Space. I am in the game. You have to find me in it, or at least my name is in it in the game. So I want to hit the next joint. The next joint is called 1010 Wins. If you are a New Yorker, you know what 1010 Wins is. I don't know if that ever became a national thing. I don't think it did. You're the hot necromorph. Yeah, baby. You know what I'm saying? Wait. I got to see if this works. Hold on. Let me see if this works. Let's see.
Yeah, baby. When you talk about necromorphs, I'm the only one that won't eat your face. I might have to do something even better.
Anyway, word. So shout out to Necromorphs. Shout out to Bauer189 in the chat, who is a first-time chatter, who's coming through for the first time in the space. Shout out to Bauer coming through, hanging out. Thank you so much for being here. And shout out to almost the 8,000 people who are watching the stream right now while we're on the front page of Twitch, hanging out and getting dope things together. It's going to be a lot of fun for the rest of the next hour. We're going to be here till 7 p.m. PST here on Spawn on Me's channel, rocking. Again, we were doing this collaborative stream with Rhymesayers to bring you the first debut of the Aesop Rock album, Black Hole Superette. We're going to be doing a lot of these streams, hopefully in the future. We had, stuff that we want to do with them. We want to do other kinds of streams like these. So it's always fun to be able to bring music to the masses in all of these amazing ways. So 1010 Wins, if you remember that, they had a very specific jingle that was one that you got a chance to listen to when you were on, watching TV, listen to the radio when radio was a thing, because I'm old. Shout out to Blue Mustang 96 for the sub. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for rocking. All right, we're going to listen to track number 5, 1010 Wins.
All the time.
Ooh, this already started off nasty.
This is 1010 Wins.
Romper rumor, stock the cooler for the rendezvous. Pop the cooler, shot the rocket fuel and pamplemousse. I'm Rocky 10, type to watch a comet hit the common room. Rocket stop the violence, tea and pockets out the Babadook. Comic conquistador, kamikaze comedy referred to as the architect of modern lighthouse keeper core. Ease into the graveyard shifting, state-of-the-art safeguard crippling. Crimson King, deep breath, poke his head up at the lobby. Check both ways, cheat death, any fugazi. Chia pet on parade in whichever gardens of Eden. You merely swivel the camera to see a part mausoleum. I am positively cold. Operatives like pennies in a pocket with a hole that we are dropping as we go, knocking over what we must. Piranhas to the bone in under 60 seconds flat. Can you honestly say no? 10 a.m. in the fog, feeling anxious. 10 p.m. in the same exact fog, feeling dangerous. 10 a.m. in the fog, feeling anxious. 10 p.m. in the same exact fog, feeling dangerous.
This is 1010 Wins.
It appears I was wrong again. I fear I was right all along. That's why you gotta wait till the end. Credits scrolling, metadata uploaded, persona non grata, all in the eye of the beholder. Betrothed to the game alone, never sure the cards he holding. The GPS just on for show. I know where the fuck we going, whether rolling fast or slow. Those birds come home to roost like homing. No one sent forth the raven before a dog with dragging wings of black omen. I keep a few moments under lock and key from myself that I stole them. I build the same machines from different components and act surprised when they turn on me, eyes glowing. The devil you be knowing. Russian planes darken the skies over Poland. Yeah, we know them. My blood run cold once it gets heated. I see the exit and beat feet to meet it. Luckily or unluckily for me, my brain just screams energy. 10 a.m. in the fog, feeling anxious. 10 p.m. in the same exact fog, feeling dangerous. 10 a.m. in the fog, feeling anxious. 10 p.m. in the same exact fog, feeling dangerous.
Yeah. This is 1010 Wins.
Crossroad intercept, hyperlinking winner's breath. For the record, I'm not sinking. Zigga zigga twice, I'm thinking, but not too much. All the things I should have said, trying to live in what was and all it could have been. Sandcastle and raised bed under scaffolds with duct tape on every joint in connection. My eyes never stray far from the exit. Bessie's TV always played the westerns. Hot water, cornbread, pinto bean is always extra. Check for a nickel. Laughing at mall cops and vests that read heightened security. Max value 40. I'll be there shortly. Something to see if you see me, shorty. Split my pants and hopping gates on the walk to the bank. My kid wanna hear 5 minutes of funk. I would say the same thing, same age as he is. UHF 31.
10 a.m. in the fog, feeling anxious. 10 p.m. in the same exact fog, feeling dangerous. 10 a.m. in the fog, feeling anxious. 10 p.m. in the same exact fog, feeling dangerous.
Ooh, that was dope. I like that. That was cool. It's always those kind of like hoppy joints too that always feel real good. Like, I think there are joints that when you listen to them, like you have a very specific scenario in which it sounds really cool. Like, I listen to songs or albums in multiple go throughs. So like, people hate the way I listen to music because I go through like skipping through each track first to listen to beats. Then if the beat hits me and it feels really dope, then I'll go back through and listen to the full track. But that's a combo of all of it in one shot. So that's really, really good. Excuse me. That's very, very good. All right, next joint is called So Be It. This joint has Aesop Rock and Open Mike Eagle on it. Last one had Arm & Hammer on it. So you get those collabs that are always at the top of the list for joints that he does. So let's check out So Be It with Aesop Rock and Open Mike Eagle. Oh. Yeah.
Plate spinner off a late dinner, one falling plate away from a date with the plague bringer. One away from drugged up in a cage, or all the fun in the world succumb to sudden malaise when a ship coming with a running. Rudder bug and sail sliced up. Somebody, would you mind if I cut in? I would have been a young, wild and stubborn, but honestly the current version might invite the upends. All burned sky with multiple suns comped in. The rising and setting steady referencing John Venn, assembling these momentary overlapping super suns. Beautiful by lumensing some renewable two-for one to fool with. Fire is not a great fight. Fire and fire is on the same side. A lot of history there, a couple novas even. Hard to see a closed circle in the throes of open season, but so be it. Feed, circumvent the tall man, searching for eternal peace. Nervous from the service, make him the perfect worker. Be to what end? To what even is biodiversity? I mean, 4 walls, all hours, no change of clothes. Low water, lime, dry, whole grain, oats, whole worth wrapped in what you can make with your bare hands. When sitting independent of the greater square dance, and whether after all the smoke clear and flares vanish, it can actually make another's arm hair stand. Well, can it? Soul blade or old maid, I'm somewhere in the middle, pretty fizzled on the whole charade. Still mixing up the stolen with the homemade. Rapping for my life and being difficult to locate. So be it.
This is nasty. This is so dope.
Second Arabica, hecka hackles up, edging out of latency, take me to the miraculum, backing off the B team, blacking out name tags, never name a rabbit, you apprehend for the game bag, rabbit after rabbit, I'm backlogged, to bag over shoulder, handed rabbits out to pack dogs, Santa Claus, unbowed, running from the unfun, get about as far as the bodega and my lungs are done, did the same shit yesterday, and the day before, oh for heaven's sake, you can't just coach someone to go out there and resonate, you go out there and chipped. They should have never let him out the chrysalis. Shit, if it's really wilderness on wilderness on wilderness. So be it.
Consistent. Let things fall.
Ooh, that joint was dope. I'm a person who, when I listen to joints, when I listen to tracks, they always kind of come together as like, I'm a person who is very visual. So like looking at things and hoping for, I was also looking for, was thinking that Open Mic was going to spit on this Kevcore. Let me say this real quick and put this on the screen. I also thought that was, but I like him on the hook. Like I like him in the hook doing that thing because Open Mike has a really dope voice either way. But like I was saying is, for music, I'm always placing myself in some space when something is happening or when something is kind of going on. And to be able to have that track be there as that kind of melodic vibe, those are dope. Like that brings me back home to the Bronx and to walking through to the train to, you know, in mid Manhattan when the sun is coming down and you get that bounce of sunshine off the buildings and stuff like that. It's that vibe that kind of comes through for me when I see things like that. It's always very, very cool to have something like that in the mix. So I love that. That's dope. That's a very cool track. I love stuff like that. So, all right, we got the next track, which is called Send Help. This one, we are not going to listen to it. We're going to watch it and listen to it. So we have the album Black Hole Superette coming from Aesop Rock. And we have this track called Send Help, which we're going to go watch the video for right about now.
Feel the positive essence of the words as you repeat them. Be relaxed with them and permit them to merge with your mind and become a part of you.
Okay, fuck all that bullshit though. I'm picky, I only open books that glow. Whodunits and cozy mysteries. Who stole the crypt keys? Who showed the minions to the minced meat? It was me, hut, helmet off, blitz the whole bit stream. Override the AV in with AV out the in-between. IVN, one of Epi, one of Ralph Steadman. Phoebe Judge, GPMD, the amazing Kreskin. His bag is a braided bread in the oven for 30 days. It's never the same twice, it's always a perfect bake. It's purple prose when you're looking for just the facts. You wanna know where I've been, some other where nothing's mapped. Lost at the wall bounds, faded facing 30,000 square feet of long aisle. Long aisle, strong man, roll up in a Pontiac siege tower. Firing out 45 degrees down, accounting for the breeze. I can do that shit when you knock 2 arrows at once and shoot to counter separate things. I can hit a moving target from a moving target. It's a rabbit from an equine, it's an ET from a starship. The stoicism only misdirection for the metrics. It doesn't represent the actual pressure through the plexus. So that may be why I'm terrible with names. It's cause I'm special at memorizing the exits. Stirring those same seconds. I jumped into a volcano. Climbed up only to say my today is not on no Today Show. All recorded history is forfeit to the Fuego. It's infinite present tense. Presently on some next. Referencing something ancient that played the current events in a way that feels just too flagrant to have occurred by itself. I know that sound absurd as all hell. I don't even know what I'm saying for certain. Surely it's help. Help?
You have to decide to overcome your fear and ask for help.
Help!
No one will know you need it unless you ask.
Same bat time, same bat channel, same flat line, same plaid flannel, same bad gamble, same graph name on the axe handle. Brand new taxidermied mammal on a mantle, man. Man, I ain't sneaking by the sleeping bear. I mean, if you ain't down to let it eat you, why you even here? Pigeon on my shoulder like a goth Rio. To put down Picasso here to unmassage the ego. I'm friend or foe depending on the content of your keynote. And not above the lobbing of the rotten tomatillo. Honestly, it's getting hard to watch like paradise for parking lots. Never mind that parking lots are paradise, the paradox. Oh, the places you'll go and exploding aerosols. The running with a boiling beak or in a pair of tongs. Drink a shot of Ant and Roach, eat a bowl of cherry bombs with peri-peri. No, with chimichurri sauce. Boyhood drawing B-boys with big sneakers till the shoe fit. Now they pouring plaster in a footprint. Take it to the lab, show